Well, hello again, everyone, and welcome back to Cooking with Regina. Today I'm going to be showing you 4 different recipes that you can make for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or if you're from the South or live in the South like I do, it's probably known to you as supper. So let's get started. Today we're going to be making for breakfast a egg omelet with bacon and cheese. I love a bacon, egg, and cheese omelet. So I'm starting with 2 eggs and a little bit of olive oil in a nonstick skillet, and just going to add those in there. And you want to have the stove on like a medium low heat, otherwise it's not going to turn out quite right with my experience. And I just sort of tilt my skillet back and forth to let the egg mixture go to the sides, and while it's cooking, I'll just kind of move the egg toward the middle, and we'll be flipping it here in a moment. And for years, one of my hobbies have been to try to create the most beautiful, perfect omelet, but that's not happened yet. So here we are doing it the way that I've learned to do it, and it turns out pretty decent most of the time. So now we're getting ready to flip this egg omelet over, and you can really add any kind of fillings that you want to your egg omelet. You can see that I really like black pepper. I did add a lot of black pepper to this egg omelet. So now we can just go ahead and fill it with whatever different ingredients we like of course the bacon, the cheese, onions. You can add steak to this. You can add mushrooms. There's so many different options. It's just quick and easy if you have bacon bits or bacon pieces on hand to use those. And then some shredded cheddar. I believe this is actually Fiesta Blend shredded cheese, which is really good. Now you could add salsa. You could add all sorts of different things to these omelets. I'm just adding a little chopped green onion. It gives it such a good flavor. I really like green onions with my egg omelets. Yellow onions are also good with omelets. And I'm just going to let this just sit for a moment so the cheese can melt and those bacon bits can blend in with those cheeses. And now I have flipped it to the other side. I'm just going to add a little leftover cheese that I had, just to give it that little extra cheesiness. And this is a really delicious, quick and easy breakfast that you can make in the mornings, on the weekends. The trick, my best tip, is just to have a wide skillet. And this is a jelly that I recently found at Walmart. It's by Welch's, and it's no high fructose corn syrup, and it's a very short ingredient list, which is also a very good sign that it's a lot better for you than products that have a long list of ingredients, because most of the time there's preservatives in those that are very bad for you. And I am very surprised how good this jelly tastes. I love grape jelly on my toast. Always have, and I love it with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich too. You can't beat grape jelly with peanut butter on a sandwich. So rather than just using a toaster, my skillet's already hot, so I just went ahead and added my bread to make the toast in the skillet. I didn't even add additional oil or butter, and look how delicious this turned out. I'm adding a little extra bacon pieces to the top, and I did garnish it with some green onion, and I've got my Welch's grape jelly on the side. Talk about a quick and easy, delicious breakfast that you can have for dinner or supper as well. When you don't feel like cooking at night, you're tired from coming home from a long day of work, just whip up a quick egg omelet. It's healthy for you, it's light, has a lot of protein. You could make it totally keto without that jelly, and toast, of course. One of my favorite egg omelets are the omelets at IHOP. I believe it's called the Colorado omelet. It is delicious. It's loaded. It's like a loaded egg omelet with steak and cheese and mushrooms, you name it. It's in there, everything but the kitchen sink. This was delicious, and I just wanted to give you an idea. If you have leftover fajitas, maybe you went out to Mexican over the weekend or in the week, save that leftover fajita dinner, because you can add that to an egg omelet too. And there's also so many different vegetables you can throw in there. And one of my tips is make you a list at the, say, Sunday night. Make you a grocery list for the beginning of the week. And that way you're not in the grocery store just not knowing what you're going to have. Plan it out and budget your money. You would be surprised at the budget-friendly meals you can make. So when you're in the grocery store, you're not going crazy trying to find this or that. And you have a lot more time to just sit back and relax, read a book, have a cup of coffee, and not be all consumed and worried about what you're going to have for dinner, breakfast, or lunch for the week. There's nothing like having restful nights when you come home from a long day of work. So remember to take time for yourself, plan ahead, budget your money, make a grocery list, be ready for the week ahead. And remember, try this jelly from Welch's. It is really good. It's jelly by Welch's, the grape jelly. It's called Natural. So let's go ahead and make some lunch. One of my favorite salads is a broccoli salad. And my favorite broccoli salad is actually from Chicken Salad Chick. So I'm going to attempt to make something very similar to Chicken Salad Chick's broccoli salad. And as you can see here, I bought a little container of, there's the, I have a little bit of stevia sugar in there, and there's a little bit of onion, actually a lot of onions that I'm putting in, and then the bacon bits go next, and then the dried sweet cranberries with candied pecans. Those are really cheap at Walmart, $2 and a few cents per package, and you can get multiple uses out of that one package for different recipes. And then for the mayonnaise, you're just going to add that to taste. Like if you like it really creamy, add more mayonnaise. If not, just kind of cut back on that. I believe I've put like 3 teaspoons to this salad, and that was about right. And then the apple cider vinegar is the secret to this broccoli salad. It gives it just the right tang, along with that little bit of stevia sweetener that I added. And I have went ahead and mixed this salad. And now, last but not least, I'm just going to add the mozzarella cheese and the cheddar shredded cheese. You talk about delicious. I made this ahead, and I'm telling you, it is so good. It's perfect for a side dish with a piece of grilled chicken on the side, or you can also have it just as a one-dish meal. Very healthy for you. Broccoli has a lot of nutrients in it. It's quick and easy, and you can bowl it up and have it throughout the week, actually, if you make a bigger batch of it. And one thing I forgot to add was the lemon. I do like to squeeze a little lemon juice on top of the salad. It just gives it amazing flavor. So delicious. I hope you try this. So now we're on to another salad, which is protein-based, a chicken salad. And I did try to make this as close to Chicken Salad Chick salad as I could, because it is one of my favorites, the Fancy Nancy from Chicken Salad Chick. That is one of my favorite chicken salads. So I've tried to recreate it as much as close to it as I could. So I have the shredded chicken, and I'm going to add just a little squeeze of lemon. It's always good on a salad, any kind of salad really. And then some quartered red grapes. They're seedless. I think that's very important. You don't want a bunch of seeds in your mouth. And then some mozzarella and cheddar cheese shredded. And then remember I told you can get a lot of servings out of that one package of the dried cranberries and candied pecans. You can add it to so many different recipes. And then just a touch of the apple cider vinegar, to some mayonnaise and a little bit of olive oil to help the texture of this dressing that's going to go in this salad. Now, Chicken Salad Chick, they will not give out their recipe for their dressing that goes in that chicken salad. And I don't blame them. It's delicious. I wish I could figure it out. So I'm going to get as close as I can. Just my idea of what might be in theirs. So now let's go ahead and add this dressing that I've tried to recreate by Chicken Salad Chick. So I'm just giving it a good stir, and you may want to add a little more mayonnaise. I probably will actually. It looks just a little bit too dry for my taste, and I did actually add more mayonnaise. And so I've plated it up. I've got the broccoli salad, and then I put the Chicken Salad Chick copycat recipe on top of a bed of lettuce with some crackers on the side. And this is a perfect lunch, dinner recipe that you can put together and have throughout the week. And there's plenty left over usually. So just bowl that up and have it throughout the week. And now let's move on to dinner. This is one of my favorite little recipes that I make, which is a chicken tortilla crunch. I named it myself. So we're going to start with some shredded chicken, a little bit of original taco seasoning. You can use the mild, of course. It will be a little less spicy. But I do like a little bit of spice to my taco or Mexican dishes. And I just added the taco seasoning just to taste, whatever you prefer, and a little water just to add some moisture to that mix. And now let me show you a secret about tortillas, flour tortillas. If you will heat your skillet first and let your tortillas heat up in the skillet without oil initially, it will make your tortillas a lot more crispier. That's what I did. You see how crispy it got prior to adding the oil when I let it heat up? That's a little tip that I can share with you that I learned over the years. So we're going to go ahead and add the shredded chicken. Now for this tortilla crunch, you can add whatever you want for the filling. Me, I'm adding the shredded chicken, some chopped onion. You can also make this recipe with ground beef or steak. So many different options. You could even use refried beans as your protein. You can add avocado. Here I'm adding some green chili. Green chili is amazing in a Mexican dish. And you might be able to hear that train noise in the background. It comes through my little city here every day about this time. So, and I've added the Fiesta blend cheeses. And now for the crunch part of this tortilla is simply the little mini tortilla round chips. Of course, you could use any kind of tortilla chips you have on hand. You can always make anything work. And this gives it that delicious crunch, similar to what you get at Taco Bell with the crunch wrap. That's almost what I'm trying to make here, is something similar to a crunch wrap from Taco Bell. And then, of course, some salsa and some delicious cilantro. Fresh cilantro, it's always the best. Now, if you don't like cilantro, definitely you can leave anything out of this recipe. You can substitute anything in this recipe that you're not fond of. And we're just going to let this crisp up on the one side. Let the cheeses melt, all the flavors come together, and I'm drizzling a little olive oil on the top of this top tortilla so that when we flip it, it will get a good crispy texture. And this was one of the best Crunchwrap tortillas I have ever made. I enjoyed it so much. It's really quick and easy. You can throw this together really fast. Make it for the whole family, just for yourself. Make it for a crowd. You could also buy the extra large tortillas and make really big ones about the size of the diameter of this skillet, and you could, cut it almost like pizza slices and have it at a party. And look how delicious this turned out. Absolutely delicious. It did have a very, very good crunch. The fillings were delicious. It was just the right amount for a good lunch. I enjoyed it. Always remember to try and use fresh cilantro when you can. It makes such a difference in the taste. And just wanted you to be aware that soon I will be having a recipe that I'm posting for orange chicken. It's quick and easy. It's one of my favorite dishes. It's inspired by Panda Express. I hope you'll like it. Be sure and like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching my channel.